What's up, guys? It's Dakota, and today I'm going to talk about the sealed event that my girlfriend and I did this past weekend and kind of predicting what we're going to see in standard with the recent bannings that took place last week, with Felidar Guardian getting emergency banned in standard, Sensei's Top being banned in Legacy, and then Gush and Probe being limited in Vintage. Now, to start off, I'm going to talk about Amonkhet sealed and the event that me and my girlfriend played in this past weekend. It was a PPTQ for, I believe, Grand Prix Albuquerque. I want to say that that's what it is. I could be wrong. It was some weird name, but so we took part in it this past weekend. Didn't do all that great. Both went 2-3. Nothing really good as far as polls. I know I got a Bontu in mind. The guy that was sitting across from me from it opened up a foil with Liliana and an As Foretold, so I was like, oh, that's cool. And I wish I could have been that lucky, but I did get one of the gods, and what ended up, in my opinion, maybe I didn't have the right deck for it, because of course you have the right deck for any card. The card's gonna be good, but I attempted to play it just because it seemed like it was my best card. I had some pretty good colors. I played black and white, tried to play black white zombies, maybe didn't have enough zombies for it, and I had to splash green for like a few other creatures, and it didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to. Didn't turn out as good as I'd hoped, so kind of like I went like I said, I went 2-3, and the opponent I played in the last round got to put all his brick counters on an Oracle's Vault and cast a Liliana Death Majesty off of an Oracle's Vault. So if that tells you how it went, it was definitely pretty rough. Same thing, my girlfriend played. She went 2-3. Again, not the results obviously that we wanted, but kind of learning from how to play the format is definitely important, and I think it was definitely a good learning experience for the both of us, considering that me, her, and my friend Chad are planning on going to Grand Prix Cleveland in June, near the end of June, for Team Sealed in Amonkhet. So looking forward to that. This is pretty good practice. Kind of to wrap up for it. Embalming creatures, good. Bontu in a black-white zombies deck, or half black-white zombies deck, whatever you want to call it. It just doesn't seem as powerful. I wasn't really impressed with it. It ended up being more of a liability, so really wasn't impressed by it. And the Snake Hydra that is a 6-mana 6/6 with trample, and then a 4-mana 6/6 when you embalm it. Pretty good, turns out. Very, very good. And also Planeswalkers, still pretty good. Moving on, talking about the bannings that happened this past week, with mainly the one being in standard because Modern didn't have any changes. Legacy banned top, so now Counterbalance is neutered for the most part. I know some other decks, I saw some tweets, some other decks are playing other cards to manipulate the top of their deck, but it just probably seems like that part of the format is dead. Miracles isn't going to be a thing that you have to worry about until top gets either unbanned or somehow restricted. But for the most part, it's going to be an even more of a wild west in Legacy. Even though I don't play it that much, I do like watching the event stuff on Star City Games, and I believe the occasional one that Channel Fireball has, or the occasional like Legacy Grand Prix. So just something to think about. What I really want to get into, though, is standard and kind of predicting how things are going to turn out because of Felidar Guardian getting banned. Everybody knows Saheeli Combo and Mardu vehicles made up like 70 to 80% of the meta, and some variation of it, obviously not the same deck list, but some variation of Mardu vehicles, Mardu Ballista, or Saheeli Combo, whether it was Jeskai, 4-color, whatever. So kind of just thinking about it and everything, and initially, like, it was very, very good that they banned something of it, but I wouldn't have been upset if they didn't. But I'm glad they did. So it opens up the format. You still have Mardu vehicles, still playing, still going to be a deck. I don't know how much better it got with Amonkhet being released, but there's probably some ways that it has gotten better. So Mardu vehicles is still going to be a thing. But now with Felidar Guardian being unbanned, or being banned, not unbanned, it makes the other like fringe decks more playable, like the Aetherworks Marvel decks and the Towers decks, the Dynavolt Tower decks, probably get a little bit better, considering that now they don't have to worry about like, well, this one artifact that I play is only going to let me cast a spell for free, and it better be an Ulamog, so I can exile the Saheeli or the Felidar Guardian, or I better be able to save up enough energy to harness lightning and kill this Felidar Guardian, or shock it and then Dynavolt Tower it before it can start going off. So really, it just, overall, it was good for the format to have one of the best decks have one of its important pieces banned. Now, it doesn't mean that Saheeli decks are completely dead, necessarily. Like, obviously, Saheeli is good enough kind of on its own to warrant playing it in some kind of deck, but in reality, that part of, like, that combo deck, of her being in a combo deck like that and being that oppressive, is... that's just done. It's over with. So... What do I think about it in terms of like how Wizards and stuff handle it? I think they didn't handle it right. I know that they said they wanted to check out and see how the format would have changed exactly, what would have happened if nothing got banned in Standard, and they just had the cards from Amonkhet added into the pool of cards that we have, plus the other cards that are still banned. And it kind of just turned out the way we thought it would, except Felidar Guardian Saheeli combo was just running even more rampant. I believe in the article they said that they had a bunch of 4-1s and 5-0s of that deck in leagues, and obviously it's not good for a format that you want people to get into. It's what kind of tests out your new product. It incorporates your new product, so you really want it to be a format people want to get into and kind of stop complaining about. But in terms of delaying it and seeing what would happen, they kind of made the format not less desirable to play in, because they did ban the thing that people wanted, but they didn't do it the right way. But that's kind of a discussion that's kind of an open-ended question. Did they handle it right? My opinion, I don't think they did. They could have done a better job about it, but that's why I'm here making the video about it, and I'm not working for Wizards right now on the banned and restricted list. But let me know what you guys think of Felidar Guardian getting banned in Standard. The other bannings, I know they took place within like the last at least within the last 2 weeks. I believe it was last week the announcement was made. I could be wrong, but either way, good on Wizards to fix the mistake, and hopefully Standard is a little bit more fun to watch. Hopefully the Pro Tour is a lot more fun to watch than just Mardu vehicles running into each other and other fringe decks seeing play in like the feature match in like the first and second round. I believe, or I'm sorry, like the fourth and fifth round, because I believe they draft in the first 3 rounds. But let me know, guys, know what you think about the bannings and stuff, how you feel about Amonkhet sealed, how your day went, what you had for breakfast. I really don't care. I want to know, and I want to interact with more people as it is. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, whatever your favorite cereal bar is, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.